Welcome back to Cooking with Mark and Oreo. Me and Oreo are here today, and we're going to teach you how to make a traditional classic chocolate chip cookie. Since Oreo or any dog can't have chocolate, he gets his little treats to get us started. But again, like I said, we're going to learn how to make your traditional classic chocolate chip cookies. They're going to be soft, gooey, loaded with Ghirardelli chocolate chips. These are going to be the best chocolate chip cookies. They're going to be classic, very easy to make. We're going to start by preheating the oven to 350. To put this together, it's probably going to be quicker than preheating the oven. So let's get started. I'm going to start with 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour. Let's get some of my ingredients over here. I have a teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just gonna take a whisk by hand and I'm gonna mix all that together. And that's basically all you need for your dry ingredients. Like I said, this is your classic chocolate chip cookies. Very, very simple recipe. Can't go wrong. So now we're gonna work on our wet ingredients. We're gonna start with a cup, one stick of butter, softened. I've left this out all day while I was teaching, so it's super soft. It's probably gonna fall apart, so bear with me as I gently try to open it. There we go. A little paper. We don't want that in the cookie. Yep, no paper. And then you're gonna add 2 cups of packed light brown sugar to the butter. And then you're gonna mix that with the mixer on, I'd say about 2 to 3 minutes until it's nice and fluffy. All right, now as you can see, the mix is there. We're gonna add a teaspoon of vanilla extract and then 2 eggs at room temperature. And then you're gonna continue to mix until it's nice and smooth. So now that your wet ingredients is a nice smooth finish, you're gonna add the flour. Some people do half and half. I just like to throw it all in there all at once. My bowls that I use are kind of small. You might want a bigger bowl because I don't know how well this is gonna work out. Well, let's see. And now you wanna just keep mixing it till all the flour is mixed in and you have a nice mix there. So yeah, as you can see, I could have used definitely a bigger bowl. So I'm just going to continue mixing until it's finished. All right, now you got a nice dough for your chocolate chip cookie base. You want to take out the mixer. You want to try to get as much of the mix off the blaze as you can. I use a rubber spatula. You can use a spoon, your finger. Finger could be dangerous because then you'll eat too much of the cookie dough. This cookie dough tastes so good. So now the next thing you want to do is you fold in your chocolate chips. I got about a whole bag of Ghirardelli chocolate chips. It's about 2.5 cups. You could put less if you want, more. It depends on how much you like the chocolate chips. And then you just want to fold them in. Chips are folded in. I'm just gonna again scrape my wooden spoon that I was mixing with because you don't want to miss any of the batter. and any of the batter that's left over. You're just gonna eat it. So good. All right, so now you're gonna take your cookie sheet. You can either line it with parchment paper, or you can spray it with Pam cooking spray. This is my friend, I use it for everything. It also gets over everything. And it makes everything so greasy that I'm wiping down the counter for hours after I'm done baking. And the only other thing you can need is a spoon. I tend to use 2 spoons to put my cookies on the cookie sheet. I tend to only put 6 cookies per cookie sheet because I don't want them to blend together. So you want to do a good amount, like a tablespoon. It's about a good size. And again, my cookies are usually never the same size, which makes it more fun. And as you can see, these are going to be loaded with chocolate chips. Again, so it's like a rounded tablespoon, and then you want to just kind of like flatten them out a little bit. And if you have too much, you can pull a little bit off. You can add a little extra. And that's the first container. So you'll get close to 24 cookies per batch. See, this one was a little small, so I'm going to just add a little bit more, flatten it out. Here they are, they're ready to go in the oven at 350. And you're gonna cook them for 10 minutes. And then after 10 minutes, you're gonna have some beautiful cookies. So see you back in 10 minutes. All right, the time's up. Time to check our cookies and take them out of the oven. Warn you, like every time I've been burning myself with the steam, so I'm gonna give it a second. And I'm looking at the cookies. I'm gonna give them about another minute because you can cook them between 10 to 12 minutes. So I'm gonna leave them in there for another minute to brown a little bit more. But they're just about done. So give it another minute or so. All right, now the 1 minute's been up. So now you're gonna, let me shut my timer off. I'm gonna take my cookies out. That's plenty of time. You don't want to do more than that. There's the first batch. And there's the second batch. And now you want to leave them on the cookie sheet for about another minute to 2 minutes before you take them off, because then your cookies will fall apart. So in about 2 minutes, I'm going to transfer them over to my cooling racks, and then I can do my next batch of cookies. So in about 2 minutes, I'll move them over to my cooling rack, and we'll try them and see how they came out. So our cookies are transferred to the cooling racks. The second batch is in the oven. That's what they look like. They're cooling. Shh, don't tell anyone. I'm gonna try one, and they're nice and warm. Look how perfect they look at the inside. That's amazing. I'm not gonna chew on camera, but thank you for checking out Cooking with Mark and Oreo. Oreo said thank you to everybody. He's jealous he can't have any chocolate. But these are the most gooey, chewy, delicious chocolate chip cookies you'll ever taste. Try making them. Post a comment on our page. I'd love to hear from you guys. See you next time. Thank you.